Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Obviously, we're doing a Blue Mondays video today and I'm using the Nomad Fuji 5 Lakes palette. I just got this. This is actually like the second time I'm using it and I'm very, very excited. As soon as I saw it, I thought, these blues have to be the next Blue Mondays, right? Because that just makes the most sense. The one look I did do left a very, very positive impression. So I'm very excited to play with these today. The question is, do I keep it all blue? Do I mix and match? I really need assistance with this part. Hopefully you're into all of these shenanigans and have subscribed. And if you haven't, you totally should. It's free. I think we're having a good time here. And I don't know, I like hanging out. So I'm going to zoom you in a bit and get started on this look. I cannot pronounce the name of the dark blue shade, so I'm going to call it the dark blue matte. And that is going to go into this outer corner. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I figured this is a good place to start. When I'm filming this, it's obviously not Monday. Dallas is going to, I'm filming this on Thursday because I normally film on Sunday. I normally film these videos on Sunday, but Dallas turns 30 on Sunday. And this birthday, it feels big and important. I'm not sure why. When he turned 18, I fully lost my shiitake mushrooms for like 3 days. Didn't see it coming. I was just an emotional disaster. It was the craziest thing and I definitely didn't expect that. All right, I'm gonna use my Blend Bunny B5 and the lightest blue matte, Mount Fuji. I could say that one. Yeah, so this birthday is feeling kind of big and important as well. He's 30. For those of you who don't know, I got pregnant with Dallas when I was 15 and I had him when I was 16. So, I mean, we're talking pretty much, I've been a mom twice as long as I was a kid. And I don't know, it's when you have kids, like when they're little, you're like, oh, look at them, little bits of me running around. And it's totally normal, doesn't feel weird. But for whatever reason, and it could just be that I'm crazy, 30 is like a grown up. You know what I mean? Like your 20s, you're still kind of having fun. I mean, not him, because he did not listen to his mama and had babies and has responsibilities. So, you know, his 20s weren't like I was hoping they would be, but I got the grandbabies and he's a really good dad. So that's fine. Anyway, generally speaking, your 20s are when, you know, you're having fun doing whatever. 30s feels like adulthood, which is goofy because adulthood for me started at 16. For Dallas, it started, you know, at 20 something. But in the world, he functions as an adult. And I don't know, again, it could just be that I'm crazy, but it feels important. So I asked him if he wanted to maybe hang out and go get a meal, lunch or whatever. And he said he had plans with his dad. You would be very proud of me. I definitely controlled myself. I didn't say or do anything unreasonable. Dallas's dad hasn't been a part of my life for a very long time. And he's not a huge part of Dallas's. Definitely wasn't when he was growing up. And so when he said, I can't, I have plans with my dad, I said, I think you should maybe reconsider. And I left it at that. And Mike was like, well, what about Monday? He has Monday off. You could go do something on Monday. No, Monday's not his birthday. His birthday is on Sunday. And admittedly, I am feeling like a part of this is about me. Moms don't get any credit for their kids' birthdays, but Dallas made me a mom. Having him made me who I am. So, you know, it is a little bit about me. All right, now we're going into the darkest blue shimmer underneath the dark blue matte, because I can't say that name either. And I'm just gonna start putting that out here. I think I want this to be like fairly shimmer heavy. I think we're gonna use all 3 blue shimmers for this look, just for funsies. Anyway, so needless to say, he has changed his mind. He's gonna have lunch with his mama and not hang out with his dad for his birthday. And I think I'm supposed to feel bad about this, but trust me, I definitely don't. I did wet my brush, just in case you were wondering. You know, I did all the work. I carried him, I birthed him, I raised him. I get to have lunch on his 30th birthday. I know, I might be slightly unhinged. Now on my Refer 21 wet, I'm gonna go into the light blue shimmer. Not the lightest, but the light blue. Anyway, so that's why I'm filming this today and not on Sunday, because we're having lunch. I offered to take him, you know, wherever he wants to go for lunch, totally fine. He can choose. He picked a Japanese restaurant. It's like 45 minutes away, which is totally fine. Like, we could totally do that. And then we were talking yesterday and he was, you know, kind of pressing me for why I thought this birthday was so important. And I genuinely don't know. I think it's because it just feels like it is. That's all I can say. And so he was like, well, sounds like it's more about you. So I guess we'll go someplace else for lunch. And I was like, well, I want it to be about you. Like, I don't care where we go for lunch. Like, I don't care. All right, now we're going into Diamond Fuji, which is that like blue topper type shade. Oh, look at that. That is really pretty. I might need to layer that. We'll see. Because it's very translucent. So anyway, and now I don't know where we're going for lunch. He's decided it's going to be a surprise for me. He's very cute. Dallas is such a good son. Like, he's a good son, he's a good dad, he's a good human. And I'm really proud of the man he is. Like, it's weird to, I don't know, it's weird to see him like that because he's just been my little bubba head for his whole life. Even though he's 6'4" and a giant, he's still my little bubba head. Like, it's very strange. It's very strange. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this or not. If you have, let me know if you think I've gone around the bend. But I talked to my sister about it. Her oldest just turned 18, and I'm going back in with that middle blue shade. I want to bring it over further. You know, there's so much that goes into having kids and raising kids and doing all of that. She thought perhaps it was the idea of another adult out in the world walking around that is a piece of you. Because again, when they're babies, of course they're a piece of you. They're little yous. Like, you're trying to raise them and teach them and do all the things, but they are glaringly yours. Whereas, I don't know, maybe with adult children, it's different. I'm not sure, but either way, he's agreed to have lunch with me on Sunday. And I'm very, very happy about it. I like my kids. I've always liked my kids. Really, really enjoy just like hanging out with them and hearing them talk and what they're interested in and things like that. I don't always understand it, you know, but I always make an effort. I'm just going back and forth to these shimmer shades to be interested, you know. And it's the same with the grandbabies, which seems even more complicated because they don't use real words. Like, this generation of children, you're making stuff up, which I guess we probably all did. I don't know, but it's interesting. And, you know, they talk about video games are a huge part of what they do. A lot of them, not all of them. And I could not care less about video games. I've never really played them. I don't like them. But they do. So I have to pay attention, because my theory is if you don't pay attention to the little things now, they won't share the big things, because for them, the big things are happening now. And I can say my kids have always come to me with stuff, and that feels pretty good. Okay, I have yammered on and on and on about pretty much nothing. Sorry about that. I'm just going to add a little bit more of that darkest blue shade out here. And I think I'm gonna go do the other eye, whack on my face, and wrap this Blue Mondays look up. That was really easy. Like, if I wasn't yammering at you, I probably could have done it in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes probably. It's very pretty. Okay, let me go do all the things, and then I will come right back and show you the finished look. All right, I'm back and everything is done. Let me scoot you in for an up-close reconnoiter at the eyes. I'm gonna go whack on a half lash real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, once more, a close-up. Mostly so you can see the difference with the lash. Okay, so this is Blue Monday, number 20, done and dusted. Susan, 20 weeks. It feels like this just started. 20 weeks is 5 months. That's a long time. Whew. Anyway, I don't know. I really like the blue eyeshadows. I did use the only blue I didn't use. This kind of like mid-tone blue. I used that on my lower lash line to blend out the darker blue. And then I just used the blue shimmers. My highlight is that light blue that I used on the inner portion of my eye. I think it's really fun. I'm really happy with it with my second look, so that's exciting. I really want to do a blue and yellow look. I think that could be super cool. I don't know. I just love how they put the stuff together. Like these color stories, Hudson Valley was similar in that there were warm tones and cool tones, because that's what the weather up here is. And I don't know what it's like in the rest of the country. Mike and I were talking today, and I realized I've never been off the East Coast. I've been to Canada, I've been to the Caribbean, but I've never been off the East Coast. Maybe someday. What else? Yeah, so you'll see this after my first baby turns 30. How do I have a 30-year-old child? And he's not a child, he's a man. And he's a giant. I really try to get him on here with me, but he keeps saying no. Just like on camera, on the phone is all he's gonna do. But I think you guys would like him. He's pretty cool. He's such a good kid. I just love him so much. Yep, so anyway, even though you're seeing this after our lunch, hopefully it goes well. I'll definitely let you know. Hopefully you liked this video and didn't mind my yammering on about Dallas and his birthday and my being a mom literally twice as long as I was a child. But that's how it is. Inside my head sometimes I have to share it. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.